Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs and Fuego. We're documenting the journey of amazing entrepreneurs like Rich Decker from Mindful Accord. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, man.
Very
How
good.
you doing? You see, the camera's going to disappear here in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, it's gone.
I didn't even notice.
How you doing, my brother?
Very good. Very good.
Tell us a little bit about what you do with Mindful Accord, because what you do is spectacular. I really respect it.
Well, what we're doing with Mindful Accord is
Yeah.
you can look at it as a corporate wellness program, but mindfulness based. We're this new thing, at least in the corporate world of America, called mindfulness. It focuses more on changing your thought process,
Okay.
and helping you get more into the present moment and helping with productivity and all the things that go along with it. But we're offering that to businesses and to other organizations to help them improve their business.
Is that because you feel that our lives are going so fast that we don't stop, and the proverbial cliche, to smell the roses, and when you come in and you say, well, wait a minute, stop for a little bit, breathe, do some type of exercises, and recover a little bit of your mindfulness? Is that kind of summarizes a little bit of what you do?
It's mainly that as humans,
Yeah.
as people, we spend very little time in the present moment. We're always worried about the past, or concerned about the past,
Sure.
and worried about the future.
Right.
It's how our brains are programmed, right? It's our brain's main agenda is survival, right? So it's concerned about the past, reviewing the past, and the future, looking for future threats. So we don't spend much time in the present moment. Even when we're sitting here now,
Right.
we're probably thinking, or if you're watching this at home, you're probably thinking something that, what I got to do after this, what just happened. So we don't spend much time in the present and being aware of what's going on in the moment. That's the main thing.
Well, I'm here right now with my main man, Richard Decker from Mindful Accord, man. So I'm nowhere else but right here. Because, look, and here's the thing, though. How do we achieve that, though? How do we accomplish that mindfulness to be here in the present? How do we do that?
Well, the one thing you want to do is we have about 65,000 thoughts a day. Okay, so
65,000 thoughts a day.
a day on average, 50 to 65,000 thoughts a day. And that's a lot of thoughts.
Not,
right?
not all of them good ones either.
No, many of them. For some of us, and myself included at one time, most of them were bad, not helpful, right? They didn't help. So what you want to do is, as you get a little more in the present moment and you kind of disconnect from all that constant chattering,
Right.
you don't have to identify with every single thought you have, right? And you can be a little more focused and let the chattering's going to continue.
Right.
It slows down a little bit, but it's always going.
Okay.
But you just don't have to get so wrapped up in it.
An exercise to be able to accomplish that. Are there specific exercises that you teach? Or how do you get to kind of relax the mind a little bit and stop the chatter?
I think it's important, one of the first things you want to do is to take a few minutes each day and just sit and be quiet and be with yourself.
Any particular time in the day?
I always find it best to do it first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning, I wake up, and then I'm going to take a little bit of time for myself.
Just take a little time, do
3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
10 minutes a day, and just sit and be still. And you don't have to do anything special. You don't have to get your legs in any weird contortion or anything. It's just sitting still and just letting the thoughts come and letting them go. And just going, I always teach going to the breath. I always like the breath because we're all breathing, right? We're always breathing.
Yep.
If we're not breathing anymore, then none of it matters, but we're always breathing, so you can always go to your breath. So I teach to focus on the breath, and any time in the day, anytime, you can always go to your breath. So just focus on your breath, be still, and then also there's practices you can do throughout the day to get yourself out of the commentary and get yourself into the present moment.
Just stop, think a little bit, be mindful of the present.
Correct.
Don't go back to the past. Stop going to the future.
Right.
Just be here.
What's going on right now?
Right here, right now.
Right now, right.
I
That's
like
the
that.
main thing.
Now, how do you get into that field? I mean, this is about the journey of entrepreneurship and how you became an entrepreneur. So, you were in corporate America in the past.
I've done a few different things. I've worked in banking,
Yeah.
I've sold insurance, I've been in the hotel industry for a while. In the last few years prior to this, doing this endeavor, I was a little bit in the filmmaking industry here in Arizona, which is a little challenging. But I was at a pretty rough spot personally. I was bankrupt in many ways, financially, spiritually, mentally, always, physically, I was bankrupt. And so I hit such a low point that I needed an out. And someone introduced these things to me. And I've heard it in the past, I just kind of disregarded it.
Right.
I started doing it, and I just started feeling better. And the more I did it, the better I felt. So I thought, this has had such a tremendous impact in it completely turned around everything, changed everything. So I want to bring this to as many people as I can. That's like my purpose in life now.
When you said somebody taught you these techniques, was it a school you went to? Was it a mentor you found? How did you find this?
He introduced me to some things, and I kind of dug into it. I found a few groups that meet and do the meditation stuff, and there's much more to mindfulness than just the meditation.
Right.
But that was my starting point, and I've gotten to some other aspects of it. There's so much information out there, and this is nothing new. This has been around for thousands of years.
Sure.
It's alien to many of us here in our culture. It was alien to me. It always seemed something very strange that I can't do that.
Too metaphysical.
Yeah, too woo
out
woo.
there.
Yeah, too woo woo. But it's not woo woo because if you have a mind, then you need this practice because we're all that way, right? We're all the constant chattering, right? So you need something, right, to get you in this present moment.
And you found that. Do you do group mindfulness or one-to-one mindfulness?
Either or, working group. What I envision for Mindful Accord is this: is a company is looking to bring this practice into their business to help them improve their productivity, their bottom line. It's been shown to decrease absenteeism. Actually, insurance premiums have decreased because there's less doctor visits.
Sure.
So they come to us and they say, hey, we want to bring this into our business. And we would go in and we'll do workshops. We could do one-on-ones, group settings. There's a variety of different things we can do. But that's the idea, to help the organization change perhaps their culture a little bit and just make it a different work environment. And again, the reason I chose doing it in the corporate America, my purpose is to bring this to as many people as possible. And I figured that is the best avenue.
Why the name Mindful Accord? I see the mindful, but the accord?
Well, the accord was, I know at first probably a lot of people think of the car, but accord means in accordance with, right? Okay. So sure. I am in accordance with living a mindful life, living in the present. It's a balance, right? A balance, to be balanced and to be in that at all times, to be mindful every moment. That's our little slogan, is mindful every moment.
Here is what I would love for you to do with your permission. Every Monday morning at 8:30 in the morning, Taylor, who is behind the camera, she heads this phenomenal networking event with Center Sphere. Mm-hmm. And I would love for you to come in and maybe we'll take, with Taylor's permission, maybe we'll take a minute or two and you can kind of just teach us a little bit of the breathing exercise, just to be in the present for that meeting.
That would be a huge pleasure for me. That'd be awesome.
I love it. And
I love it.
We're going to do that. And
okay.
we do that actually every Monday here at the office pile at 8:30 in the morning. We meet with Center Sphere. We periscope that, so we reach about between 400, 500 people join in. And so it's just a tremendous thing.
Right.
And what I think that the experiment is going to be great, because if we can actually go viral with this mindful accordness, not only will the people in the room that are going to be benefiting, but we're going to send this to the world.
Right.
Your experiment, we're going to send it to the world. I think that would be cool, Taylor. See?
Yeah.
Taylor's thinking really ahead, aren't you, Taylor?
For me, I know, being an entrepreneur is very challenging, right? It's a lot of work.
Oh, it is.
It's the most work I've ever done in my life. But if you find something, they say passion, I say obsession. If there's something you're obsessed about, it's not work. And my goal is, again, to bring this as to many people as possible. whatever comes from that,
Right.
that is a byproduct almost. As long as I'm accomplishing that goal, that mission, then that's all I really care about.
I love it, man. I really appreciate that. So we're going to do that nice little experiment.
Awesome.
And we'll see what kind of reaction we get.
Oh, it's
Is that
fantastic.
cool?
Oh, I love it.
Nice.
Love it.
And with that, we're out.